Don't dream big. Yes, you heard me right. Dreaming big is exactly the reason why you keep falling short of your goals year after year. With already halfway through 2025, just pause for a second and take a real look of the goals that you've set in the beginning of the year. How many have you actually achieved? Now look at the ones that you've barely made any progress. If I'm guessing correctly, those goals feels way too big and almost impossible, right? That's exactly why you shouldn't blindly follow all those self-help gurus ask you to dream big. Now don't get me wrong, dreaming big is very important. And in fact, you absolutely deserve everything that you have ever dreamt of. But there's a crucial element that you are missing right now. And without it, your big dreams will always just feel out of reach. Every successful dreamer out there has this essential ingredient. That's why they're able to dream big and actually achieve their big goals. So in this video, I'm going to help you to uncover the missing ingredients that within yourself. I'm also going to walk you through a practical step-by-step goal setting system. If you follow it closely, you will actually achieve your goals by the end of this year and no more getting stuck in the cycle of just dreaming. Take a moment right now and think about the goals you haven't achieved yet. From a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you can actually achieve them? I will be honest, just 2 years ago, my confidence was a solid 2. I create a vision board filled with pictures of everything that I have ever dreamed of. A luxurious dream house, quitting my 9 to 5, earning £10,000 a month from my business, getting married, glowing skin, feel amazing in my body. When I first made it, I felt incredibly excited. It made me feel unstoppable. But the days passed by, I kept looking at it daily. That excitement started to fade. I was still a junior quantity surveyor at that time. I had horrible breakouts. I was living in a tiny apartment and I was still healing from a very painful breakup. No glow, no confidence, and just doubt. I started asking myself, is any of that even possible? Eventually, I wanted to hide my vision board. It didn't inspire me anymore. It reminded me of everything that I wasn't. It kept draining my confidence more and more. It didn't just feel like I was 1,000 steps away from my dream. It felt completely impossible. I got stuck in this vicious cycle. I look at my goals, feel hopeless, barely take any actions, and then see no results, and then I lose even more confidence. But here's the good news. There's a flip side of this cycle, and I call it as a confidence cycle. When you have confidence, you take bold actions. When you take bold actions, you see results, and those results will build you even more confidence. Every successful dreamer has gone through this cycle again and again. That's how they got the confidence to dream big and actually achieve their big goals. And now I have built a goal setting system with just 5 simple steps that helps you to do the exact same thing. So by the end of this video, you will know how to use it to hit your goals, boost your self-belief, and finally get to a place where dreaming big doesn't feel impossible, it feels inevitable. This is the first crucial step to start building real confidence within yourself. Think about a time that you actually hit a goal, even a small one. How did you feel about yourself? You feel more confident, right? And right now, think about when you set a big goal and made no progress at all. The feeling is total opposite. That's because results fuels belief, and belief fuels more results. So that's your first step. You need to start hitting your goals by the end of this year. And for you to do this, you need to reframe your goals. Break your big goals into smaller milestones and make those your goals for the rest of the year. Your reframed goals should still feel challenging to you, but realistic enough for you to hit by the end of this year. This is a real example. At one point, I set a goal that I need to quit my 9 to 5 within 1 year, even though I had just started to learn things about business. If I were doing it right now, I would start by defining my target customer, crafting the offer, and also creating content to build my brand awareness. Back then, I had zero experience in any of that. So those new goals were still challenging, but was doable at that time. Now you might be thinking, wait, does that mean I'm not going to hit the big goals by the end of this year? Yes. But hear me out, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you thought you could skip the foundations, which means building the confidence and still get your dream life, you wouldn't still be watching this. You are still watching this because deep down, you know that what's holding you back isn't the size of your dream, it's the confidence in achieving them. Just ask yourself this: would you rather spend 3 to 6 months to build your confidence, to believe that you are the person who deserves whatever you dreamed of, and actually take the bold actions and actually achieve those goals? Or would you rather keep doing what you're doing right now, dreaming big, but feeling stuck and disappointed yourself year after year? The choice is yours. Confidence isn't something that you wait for. You won't wake up one day and you feel with confidence. You build confidence through actions. And this is how it all starts. So the first step will be take a look for the goals that you haven't achieved yet. What's a milestone that would be challenge you but still realistic enough that you can hit by the end of this year? And sure, you might think this path is slow and wondering when are you going to reach your dream life, but success isn't linear. Once your confidence is built, your progress takes off like a rocket. Just give you an example of one of my favorite YouTuber, Tam. She took 2 or 3 years to reach 2,000 subscribers. And then it took her another year to reach 10,000 subscribers and another year to reach 1 million subscribers. So just because you are taking baby steps right now, it doesn't mean it will take years for you to reach your dream life. It's just like investing, slow at first, but once the compound effect kicks in, growth happens faster than you can imagine. Once you have clearly defined your goals, the next step is to find the right actions to actually get you there. Start by listing all the possible things that you could do to reach your goals. But why should we listing everything? Because when you see all the options in front of you, you can compare which one is the best, which one will actually move the needles. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and you thought you know exactly what you're gonna get, and when the waiter hands you the menu and suddenly you're like, wait, maybe I should get that instead? That's exactly what this step about, laying out all the options so you can pick one that's actually satisfy your goal. And here's what matters: just pick 1 to 3 actions that has the highest impact on your goal. If you try to focus everything at once, you will get overwhelmed, and when you overwhelm, you can get burnout. That's exactly what happened to me when I first started YouTube. I tried to improve everything like SEO, thumbnails, scripting, video editing skills, just everything. And every time when I opened my laptop to start working on my channel, I felt there's a huge resistance within me. I was doing too much, and honestly sometimes I just didn't enjoy it at all. But right now I just focus on 2 main things, and I don't care about if the rest of them are perfect or not, because I need to improve step by step. And right now I'm actually quite enjoying the process. I feel good, I'm growing, and the results are also showing up. This is the next big step to build your confidence. Not only hitting your goals can build your confidence, but also doing what you have promised yourself. Tracking your actions is a proof that you are showing up, that you are doing what you have committed to, because real self-confidence comes from keeping the promise that you have made to yourself.
Confidence is really someone who keeps promises to themselves, because self-confidence is really like your reputation with yourself.
So here's the next big step. For every action that you've chosen, ask yourself, how can I track this? Some actions are one-time tasks like setting up a YouTube channel. For those, you just have to make a to-do list and then check them off when you have finished. Other actions are ongoing habits like sitting in a cafe on every Saturday morning to think about video ideas. For those, you can use a habit tracker to track if you are doing it consistently. Building a life that you love is the priority in your life, because if not living in a life that we love, what's the point? So show that to yourself. I'm sure that you have those moments that you've told yourself you would do something and then you completely forgot it. We've all been there, and that's fine, but we're not doing that again. That's why it's very important to actually schedule your actions, add them into your calendar, set reminders, turn on notifications, do whatever you can to put it into reality. Do whatever it takes to make it real. You've got to make time for those actions, so prioritize them. Make sure you have time to fit those actions in, because if you are not taking actions, you are not building self-confidence. Confidence comes from following through the promise that you've made to yourself, and without confidence, the dream stays a dream. If you want to live in your dream life, show yourself that you are serious. Prove it by how you spend your time, how intentionally you are following through the promises you've made to yourself. Just because you have planned your actions and actually doing them doesn't mean that you're done. Real progress comes from learning, reflecting, and adjusting. So that's bring us to the final step: review and adjust. Once a week, set aside 30 minutes to an hour. Grab yourself a journal and review what you've planned for the week and ask yourself, what did you check off, what didn't get done? This isn't about beating yourself up for what you have missed. It's about getting curious, not judgmental. It's also about recognizing how far you have come and the fact that you did follow through something. And remember, you've never done all of these things before, so it's not going to be perfect. Don't feel bad if you're not checking everything off. You've gone from barely making any progress to finally moving something forward. It's gonna take time for you to get used to this system and to a point that you finally check everything off every week. So for anything that you didn't check off, just ask yourself why. Was it because you weren't sure how to do it, or was it because you don't have time to do it at all? These are the valuable insights for you to improve the next week. If you didn't do something because you were not sure how to do it, then the next step might be try to learn something about that topic. If you didn't have time, then it means that you had too much on your plate and you need to adjust your workload before the new week starts. Use those insights to adjust your next week plan. That way you are not running into the same roadblock again. You are actually removing them. When you reflect, learn, and keep showing up, you start to see your own growth. When you see your own growth, you will start to realize you are the kind of person that can achieve your goals. And that's where real confidence is built. We don't reach our big goals by simply setting bigger and more ambitious one. We reach them by truly believing that we can and take bold actions with confidence. That's the real secret behind every successful person. They have an unshakable self-confidence. They know that they can do it. And if you truly want to live that bold, wild dream life, the one that you keep imagining, then self-confidence isn't optional. It is essential. The step-by-step system that you've just learned is not just about productivity. It's about building the self-confidence that you need to dream big and actually achieve the goals. So commit to this system, follow through, stop disappointing yourself year after year, and finally show up as the versions of you that get things done. I'm rooting for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!